My name is Lisa, and I work as the vice president of a small company while also being a part-time housewife. This company is run by my husband, Donnell, and we are working hard together as a team. In our private life, Donnell and I live with our son, Thomas, making us a family of 3. Actually, Donnell has been married once before, so our marriage is his second. Donnell's daughter from his previous marriage, Gilda, is already married and has moved out.
Thomas has finally finished his high school entrance exams. You worked really hard.
I stayed up all night so much that I was honestly worried I might fall asleep during the exam.
You've been working so hard to get into your first choice. Good job, good job.
Mom, stop treating me like a kid already.
From Lisa's and my perspective, Thomas, you're still very much a kid. Well, enjoy your high school life.
Even though work was busy, our days at home were peaceful and happy. A few years later, Thomas entered university, became an adult, and started living on his own. Looking back, the time spent raising him went by so quickly. Thinking about this, I felt a slight sadness at how fast children grow up. One day.
Hey Lisa, Gilda says she's getting a divorce and is planning to move back in with us.
What? They seemed so happy together. Why are they getting divorced? Did she tell you the reason?
She didn't say. We'll have to ask her directly when she gets here.
Yes, it's better to talk face to face. But I wonder what happened to make her suddenly want a divorce. Our eldest daughter, Gilda, was suddenly coming back home after getting divorced. Shortly after, we received a call from her ex-husband, Hiroshi. The reason for the divorce was Gilda's infidelity. Along with his message, Hiroshi sent photos of Gilda with multiple men, as well as documents. There were records of her spending their savings and audio files of her saying abusive things to Hiroshi. I was shocked to see and hear it all. After reviewing all the evidence. Gilda, how could you do such things to betray Hiroshi?
I didn't do anything wrong. It's all Hiroshi's fault that we got divorced. Daddy, say something.
Calm down, Lisa. Gilda has just gone through a tough divorce and is dealing with a lot.
Tough? Gilda was the one who.
It's fine. I'll cover the alimony.
Really? Thanks, Daddy.
Wait a minute, Donnell. This isn't something her parents should be bailing her out of. Isn't it because she's been spoiled by you that this happened?
Daddy didn't do anything wrong. Why are you saying that?
I heard the recordings where you kept saying Daddy will take care of it. You're an adult now. Take full responsibility for your actions without relying on your parents. Got it? Actually, while Donnell is a kind husband, he has always doted on and spoiled Gilda. He would buy her anything she wanted and never really got angry at her for anything she did. Despite talking to Donnell about it, there was no stopping Gilda from wasting the extra money she got from Donnell's stock investments. A few weeks later, Gilda and Hiroshi finalized their divorce and settled on the alimony amount.
So, that's how things were settled.
Dad, that must have been tough.
I thought she had married a wonderful person, but how did it come to this?
Honestly, I think a big part of it was Dad treating her like a princess. It's too late now, though.
Regarding Gilda's recent divorce, even Thomas, who is much younger, was exasperated. I hoped that Gilda would switch her mindset and work hard moving forward. A few months after Gilda's divorce, while I was at work, Donnell called me to his office.
I have something important to discuss. I decided to make Gilda the new vice president.
What? Are you serious?
Of course, I'm serious. If you can't accept it, you're free to leave.
Daddy is always on my side. Plus, I'm younger and prettier than you. I'm perfect for supporting Daddy as vice president.
Wait a minute. Donnell and I have built this company's success together.
Oh, what a misunderstanding. You only get to call yourself the vice president because I allowed your marriage to Daddy.
Exactly. A mere vice president shouldn't defy the president's direct orders.
This can't be happening.
Daddy, why don't you just divorce her already? She's just in the way.
You know, that's a good idea. Since Gilda says so, this is a good opportunity to get divorced.
Divorce.
You won't be able to rely on Daddy anymore. Serves you right. Enjoy your new life as a jobless old lady.
But make sure to properly teach Gilda the job before you leave. No salary for that period, though.
I was beyond angry. I was astonished by Donnell and Gilda's words and attitudes. Seeing them excited about running the company together, I decided to give them what they wanted. I'll do as you and Gilda want. But don't come crying to me if you regret it. Just remember that clearly, okay?
What are you talking about? There's no way I'll regret running the company with my daughter.
Yeah, trying to act tough is so lame.
You won't be able to keep up that arrogant attitude for long. Donnell, I'm asking one last time. Are you really serious about making Gilda the vice president?
How many times do I have to say it? Yes, I'm serious. Stop making me repeat myself.
All right, I understand. Thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure working here. Oh, and Gilda? Being vice president means you have a lot of responsibilities. Make sure to check your tasks daily.
Oh, I don't need that. I'm way quicker-witted than you, so don't worry.
You're just getting in the way. Get out already.
I left the CEO's office, gathered my belongings, and walked out of the company. After explaining the situation to Thomas and packing my things, I moved back to my parents' house to start making new plans. 1 month after I left the company, I received a call from Donnell asking me to come to the office.
You're late. How long were you planning to make me wait?
That's quite the greeting. You called me here suddenly, and now you have that attitude?
Who cares about that? What's this about the company being dissolved?
I haven't heard anything about this. Explain yourself.
Of course you haven't heard anything. It was decided at the shareholders' meeting.
Shareholders meeting.
I'm the CEO, and I know nothing about this. How do you know about it?
Lisa owns 50% of the company's shares. Did you forget that crucial detail?
You're Noah, the major shareholder. Why are you here? This is a private family matter. I'd appreciate it if you could leave.
I invited him. I thought it would be better to have him here.
Hold on a minute. I never heard that you were a major shareholder.
Donnell should know. He must have conveniently forgotten about my significant position.
Dad, is this true?
Well, that's...
I've heard everything from Lisa. How could you push such a capable person out of the company? Donald, frankly speaking, you're out of your mind.
That's not true at all. Gilda here is more capable than Lisa ever was. After all, she carries my blood as the CEO.
That's right. I'm my daddy's daughter, so I'm super capable. Being vice president is a breeze.
Would someone so capable be divorced for infidelity and poor behavior? And having never worked properly before, how can you expect to succeed as vice president? In reality, I owned half of the shares in Donnell's company. Donnell had completely forgotten this and appointed Gilda as vice president. To top it off, Gilda had no real work experience. When I pointed this out,
Infidelity and everyday life have nothing to do with this right now. Stop bringing up unrelated issues to change the subject.
They are very relevant. People like you could ruin the credibility this company has built over the years.
Ugh. I won't let that happen. If anything goes wrong, I'll cover for her. Besides, there's always a chance that Gilda might reveal some amazing talent, right?
it makes no sense to gamble with the company's future like that. The shareholders wouldn't approve of such a reckless decision. This isn't a game.
Shut up. How dare you dissolve my precious company? I will never forgive you for acting behind my back and making decisions without my consent.
You're the one acting recklessly, Donnell. You tried to appoint Gilda as vice president just because she's your daughter, without the shareholders' approval. This outcome was inevitable.
What did you say?
And to think you even pushed out Lisa, who has supported this company for years. If you were thinking clearly, you would never make such foolish decisions.
Supporting the company is a natural duty of the vice president. Deciding whether the company dissolves or continues should be the CEO's decision.
We prepared the position of CEO for you because you wanted it. But the final decision-making power rests with us, the major shareholders, not the CEO.
With just you and your daughter in charge, it's obvious the outcome would be disastrous. The dissolution of the company was decided at the shareholders' meeting. There wasn't a single objection. Surely, even you can understand what that means.
The dissolution of the company was the consensus and decision of all the shareholders. Upon learning this fact, Donnell and Gilda.
This is a joke. Are you kidding me? What do you mean by shareholders meeting? I'm the CEO of this company. How could you make decisions without me?
That's right. The most important person in this company is Daddy, the CEO.
The most important people in the company are the shareholders.
Why? Isn't Daddy the top of the company?
Listen, your dad runs the company because the shareholders, who are the capitalists, have entrusted him with it.
Ha. I don't understand a word you're saying.
You must be kidding me.
What are you talking about?
Gilda, let me explain this very simply. The shareholders provide the money, and with that money, Donnell runs the company.
Ha. But in the company, isn't Daddy the most important?
In the company, yes. But in terms of hierarchy, the shareholders have more power.
In other words, Lisa, who owns half of the company's shares, and I, as a major shareholder, are more powerful than your dad.
What? That's ridiculous.
Whether you think it's ridiculous or not, that's how it works in any company.
Don't be ridiculous. You quit the company, so give those shares to Daddy.
Gilda's right. Hand over all your shares quietly.
You know that's impossible, right? The decision has already been made.
Daddy's asking you to give them, so hand them over.
There's nothing to hand over. Donnell is losing his position as CEO and everything related to the company.
How can I, the CEO, lose everything? This is absurd.
Maybe because your memory is almost non-existent.
What did you say?
But there's a silver lining. You get to have your beloved Gilda by your side, isn't that great? So this is a happy ending. Congratulations, Donnell. Hearing my words, Donnell and Gilda.
Are you kidding me? You're my wife. How could you do something to pull me down from the CEO's position?
That's right. What the hell is wrong with you?
From my perspective, it looked like Donnell happily jumped on a sled and gleefully slid down the mountain called the CEO position.
Okay, I get it. Can we get to the main point now?
Actually, the main point has already been addressed.
You must be joking about the company being dissolved, right?
If it were a joke, they wouldn't have called me here in such a panic.
So, the company is really going to be dissolved, and I can't become vice president?
That's right. Since the company is being dissolved, there will be no vice president position.
Did you leave the company knowing this would happen?
I told you, don't come crying to me if you regret it.
If that's the case, why didn't you tell us from the beginning?
It wasn't Lisa's job to explain it to you. It was Donald's responsibility to know this. Even if Lisa didn't own any shares, the company would have fallen apart the moment she left.
Why is Lisa so important to this company? It's running because of me.
That's right. If it weren't for Daddy, you wouldn't even be calling yourself vice president.
It's the opposite. Donald could only be CEO because Lisa was supporting him.
Then Lisa, come back as vice president immediately. This is an order from the CEO, not a request from your husband.
I refuse. I will never work under such a terrible CEO. Donnell, in his usual arrogant manner, demanded that I return as vice president. However, I had no intention of supporting him anymore, so I firmly refused. Then,
Why not? In this situation, most people would be happy to come back.
Probably because the boss is an airhead.
What did you say?
Noah is right. Donnell, you may be the CEO of this company, but you've been treating it like your personal property. And this is the result.
What's wrong with placing my talented daughter in an executive position?
Even if she had the talent, suddenly making her vice president wouldn't sit well with everyone else.
But Daddy's word is absolute, right?
If it's absolute, go ahead and retract the dissolution right now. If you can, that is.
I called Lisa because I can't do that. Don't you get it?
Don't you understand that calling me here won't change anything?
Stop being so cold. I admit I was wrong. Don't be so sulky.
I never realized just how lacking in understanding you were, Donnell. I will not return as vice president, nor will I support you any longer. I am also quitting as your wife.
Quitting is my wife.
Yes. Continuing this conversation won't change anything. So, let's proceed with the divorce and alimony.
Divorce. Why are you talking about divorce?
Yeah. Couples are supposed to support each other, especially in times like these.
After you kicked me out, what are you saying? We're no longer in a relationship where we support each other. Gilda, you can continue relying on Donnell, and Donnell, you can keep spoiling her.
Oh dear. Losing a capable wife and being left with a daughter who can't do anything. Well, you reap what you sow.
Donnell and Gilda finally realized that everything happening before their eyes was reality.
Wait, Lisa. I was wrong. I just got a bit carried away.
More like way too carried away, I'd say.
Noah, please. Let's hold another shareholders meeting.
Everyone's too busy for that. It's not going to happen.
I'll apologize too. I'll apologize for all my past selfishness and stop wasting money.
Don't worry. You'll soon be living a life where wasting money won't even be an option.
Please, Lisa. If you abandon us, how are we supposed to live from now on?
Live happily with your beloved daughter. Overcome this as a family.
Love alone won't buy groceries.
If you understand that, then get a proper job.
That's impossible. There's no way I can work.
If you can still complain like that in this situation, you'll be fine.
I can't live a poor life. Please stay with me as my wife.
No. I can't stand your ridiculous pampering of Gilda or your lack of respect for the company. I detest you as a person.
Don't be mad. Forgive me.
I will never forgive you. From now on, do your best for your daughter. Donnell and Gilda kept talking, but Noah and I left the CEO's office. After that, I divorced Donnell and filed for alimony. Donnell and Gilda continued living together, but Gilda showed no signs of job hunting or even working part-time. In fact, her spending habits remained unchanged, quickly depleting Donnell's meager savings. With no money left in the bank, they struggled just to cover living expenses. Thus, Donnell and Gilda lost their stable life and money, leading a miserable hand-to-mouth existence. As for me,
What? Mom, you know Noah?
know him? Wait, Thomas, you know him too?
Yeah, we often meet at the cafe I always go to. We chat a lot.
That cafe is my first store, and I like it, so I'm there often.
Noah, you're the owner of that popular cafe. I had no idea and talked to you like normal.
Let's keep chatting like normal whenever we meet there, okay?
Thomas and Noah had become friends in an unexpected way. Noah, the owner of a popular cafe chain, often saw Thomas, who was a regular at one of his stores. I had heard Thomas mention becoming friends with a knowledgeable older guy, but I never imagined it was Noah. It was a bit surprising, but it made me realize again how connections between people can happen in the most unexpected places. Next year, Thomas will be starting his career. Watching him chat happily with Noah, I wonder what kind of adult he will become. While looking forward to his growth, all I can do now as his mother is wish for Thomas's happiness. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.